DanielScranton.com. Welcome to the reading. Remember these two things and be your 5D self. The 9D Arcturian Council, channeled by Daniel Scranton. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are looking forward to what humanity will choose next as your way of coming together and accelerating more awakenings across the planet. For those of you who are already awake, you really need to see everything that is happening on planet Earth as a co-creation whose purpose it is to get more people to come together in the acknowledgement that you are all one as a human race. It is important for you to see everything through that lens, rather than the way a lot of New Agers see things now, which is that this circumstance is yet another attempt by the cabal to keep us down. Do you see the difference? In one scenario, you are the powerful co-creators, and in another scenario, you are the victims. You get to choose on the macrocosmic level and on the microcosmic level as well. In other words, everything that is happening in your life with friends, family members, co-workers, neighbors, lovers, they are not happening because you are the victim of someone else's trauma or narcissism or whatever you want to call it. When you experience something on a personal level, you also need to see it as your co-creation that is meant to help you awaken to the truth of who you really are as unconditional love. Now, of course, the details of how to do that in every scenario of your life experience is the tricky part. It is easy for us to say it, harder for you to enact it, and that is why we are here for you for the long-term experience of your ascension. We are not just going to tell you what so many others have told you in the past, which is that you are all one and that you are source energy and unconditional love, and then leave you to figure the rest out for yourselves. We want to tell you how to shift your perception of reality to such an extent that you can know that truth viscerally, and you can speak, think, and act accordingly. So, the first thing you must do when it comes to the world at large and when it comes to your personal lives is accept everything as it is, just as it is, and acknowledge that it is your creation. Next, you have to be willing to notice when you go back into resistance to it, no matter what it is, and just let go. Don't continue down that train of thought that allows you to feel justified in your resistance. Instead, practice more letting go. Next, you have to look for how it is the current set of circumstances serves you. That doesn't mean that you have to figure out how it all came to be. You don't have to unravel the giant, tangled ball of yarn. You just have to look at it and as it is and say, this must serve me somehow. And I am open to understanding exactly how it does. And when you are open to receiving that piece of information that tells you how it serves you, you are more likely to receive it. Ultimately, there's going to be something you need to heal, forgive, release, or have compassion for in the set of circumstances you are facing. Once you get to that place, you have to keep making the choice to rise above the pettiness of the ego and be your source energy self in thought, word, and action. When you do so, you will feel such relief because you will have risen above the level of consciousness that many operate at for entire lifetimes. You will feel more one with all. You will feel more connected to all others in the universe and to Source. And then you will be able to live happily ever after because nothing will be able to bring you down. But it takes practice. It takes a concerted effort, and it takes reminders. And that's something else we do for you with these messages that are almost daily. We remind you that love is all there is, and everything else is an illusion. And we remind you that you are source energy beings pretending to be human. And when you remember that, it becomes easier to be the fifth dimensional being you always intended to be in this lifetime. We are always very impressed with how humans handle the amount of darkness that you encounter throughout your lives. You experience the darkness, the heaviness, the weight of existence there on earth in many different ways. And most of you hang in there and endure so much without even having the proper tools to alleviate the pain of carrying that darkness. You all should be very impressed by yourselves. You can all pat yourselves on the back, and you can look at others as well differently, knowing that they too took on a lot in this lifetime. Everyone has their cross to bear. Everyone is working through some very heavy stuff from their genetic line, from their childhood, from their past lives. It all adds up. And everyone there on earth right now should be celebrated just for being there and being willing to wade through all of the muck that was there before you were even born into this lifetime. Now, you all who are awake, who are members of what we call the Awakened Collective, you are the light bringers, the light workers. You are the ones who do have the tools and do have the knowledge and can lead by example and show others how it's done. Many of you tried the other methods first. You tried drowning the pain, the darkness, in alcohol or numbing yourself to it with drugs. You tried avoiding, pushing it down, denying its very existence, and none of that works. And as awakened souls, you now know that you can move forward with the truth you hold within you, that all of this stuff needs to be accepted, embraced, processed, and ultimately released to allow more of the light in. The high frequency energies that are upon you right now are helping you to purge all of it. But it helps to have an awareness of what is happening when you are in the midst of one of these purges. Letting go of darkness feels good after it's done, but during the process, it can be a harrowing, unpleasant experience to say the least. And so again, you have to be gentle with yourselves and others because of how much you know you all took on. If someone is being mean or rude to you, remember the weight that they carry and know that they are having a particularly bad time. Not everyone knows what to do when they have fear, sadness, anger, anxiety, frustration, and all of the other negative emotions stirring around inside of them. But again, you as the awakened collective do know what to do. And every time you face the darkness, allow it to be what it is and even embrace it. You show others how it's done, and you add something to the collective consciousness that is for the betterment of all. It is true that you are doing this because we witness it all the time. And we see the effects you are having on the collective that is humanity and the collective that is this universe. And we know that you will continue to do so because it is the only way and because of our little reminder here. That's what we give you most of the time. We give you reminders so that you can focus in such a way that you know what to do when something comes up. You release that forgetting mode that you sometimes get stuck in along with the rest of humanity. And we see you all making the choice for the light over and over again. And that is something else to be very proud of as a human being living on Earth at this time. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you.